Boris Johnson has been issued a stern warning by Brexiteer Anne Widdecombe, who insisted the Prime Minister has no excuse to not see Brexit through. The former Brexit Party MEP insisted that Britons are counting on Boris Johnson to deliver Brexit on December 31 after negotiations were extended on the weekend. Speaking to f.u.dge Live, Anne Widdecombe said, "People do forgive him. I think part of that is due to his opposition being so appalling weak. If people think that Boris is weak, well, Keir Starmer is hardly there at all. Part of it is that, but the other part is people desperately want to believe in Boris. They think he's the real thing. He's very different from previous prime ministers. They want to believe in Boris. I used to believe in Boris and I really hoped that he would see this through when he got his majority of 80. After all, he's got no excuse not to see it through." Ms. Widdecombe continued, "He's still talking about no deal, but if he actually believes that and if he really believes he's going to leave with no deal, then what are we waiting for? He can give British business that certainty now. Instead he's just talking about it. No wonder the EU doesn't believe him. Why would they?" She added, "I think we will leave with a massively fudged trade deal." Conservative Party grandee William Hague has warned Mr. Johnson that regardless of whether or not Britain leaves Europe with a Brexit deal, the real test of the Prime Minister and the government will come in what happens next. As talks on an exit agreement continue, Lord Hague said Mr. Johnson has turned in a strong performance in convincing the EU's Ursula von der Leyen he is crazy enough to cause a lot of damage by leaving without a deal rather than settle for a poor outcome. But he said while no deal would be disastrous for Britain and much of Europe, regardless of how the talks conclude, the greatest challenge for Britain under its new-found freedom will be whether we know what to do with it. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, Lord Hague said many Britons were harboring misconceptions about what Brexit will mean.